Hey guys, Julie from the Dang It Fam here. I'm back with another video for you today. And so today's video is going to be not purse related, but sort of organization related. And it has to do with car storage and organization. So I just wanted to pop on here real quick and share with you kind of how I store some like car essentials or things that I would consider essential for having in my car. And so if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you find something interesting and useful from the videos on here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And for those of you who have already subscribed, thank you and welcome back. So let's just go ahead and get started. So like I said, today, it's a little bit different. I'm usually up here doing stuff about purses and things like that. But I wanted to share with you this car organization box. I'll quickly lift it up so you can see it. That's what it looks like, not super heavy. I mean, it depends on what you put in it. But here's the side view. This is something I got from Costco. Here's the other side view. There's a pocket there. And then I'll flip it to the back. And these handles are kind of like very lightweight aluminum, I think. And then there's like some netting, like net pockets in the back here. So that's what the storage box looks like, and I'll show you what I keep in there. But like I said, I got this from Costco. I think it was like, I want to say it was originally like $30, $29.99 or something like that, and then it was on sale for $19.99. And just as recently as about a week or two ago, I went to the Costco, and they were like sold out. I think they had just sold their last two, but I think you can still find this online. If I'm not mistaken, it was around a $30 price point. So let's just go ahead and get started. I will show you kind of the contents that are sort of, like I said, I consider essential. This is a Velcro. Can you hear that? It's a Velcro top. This top completely comes off, so you can take it completely off. I usually keep the top on. But yeah, you can have it in your car with the top on or off. Just a real quick look at kind of how things are organized inside. And then I'll pull stuff out. So that's what it looks like. And let me actually set it down here. And then maybe I'll pull the camera closer as I pull things out. Yeah, let me see. I'll try to move the camera so it's a little closer. Sorry about that. Okay. Maybe if I move these pillows, maybe prop it up some. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. So you see that there's like three compartments. There's one big roomy compartment here, and then one compartment here, and then another compartment in the back. That's the way that I've configured it. You don't have to have it like that. There's a divider here. I'm gonna stop talking so you can hear it. See that? That's Velcro, or hear that? That's Velcro. So you can take this divider section out and just have two larger sections if that's kind of what works best for you. I kind of like it with the three compartments, so that's how I have it set up for my car storage. So let's just get right into it and see, you know, kind of what are the things that I keep in the car. And so for the most part, you know, these are all things that not just on a long car trip or road trip do I have. I just like to have these things in the car, even if we're just going around town, especially like, you know, taking the kids and stuff to soccer and football games and stuff like that. These are just things I just want to have in the car in case of emergency or what have you. I always have a thing of paper towels. This is from Costco, Kirkland, right? So it's like covered, and so it doesn't really get dirty or anything like that. But so I have a thing of paper towels. I have 2 boxes of tissue, also Costco. And they're not like the super thick, you know, they're just, they fit in, like I have a tissue holder thing in the car, and they fit nicely in those. So they're not super thick. So I have 2 of those that sit in here. And then I have a little Ziploc bag of like 2, I think these are like 13-gallon or something like that. They're trash bags. And I have 2 of the trash bags in here. And then in here, I just have some like plastic grocery bags. You know, I just folded them up and put them in the Ziploc bag here. And I'll tell you why I have these. First of all, if we're going somewhere where I can't think of anything where you'd have that much trash that you'd need this big bag. But I will say this, if you happen to be in a situation where somebody in the car is feeling sick and they have to, goodness forbid, vomit, these are what you want them to vomit in. Trust me, it's large enough. They can stick their whole head down in there and do their thing. And I know that sounds gross, but it's not all over the car. I actually have some of these in the glove compartment because who has time when somebody's feeling sick? Who has time to pull over, go to the back, pop the trunk up and get these, right? But I always have extra in here so that when I use the ones that are in the glove compartment, I just go back here and pull these out and put them back in the glove compartment. So I'm always sure I have these trash bags in the car for, you know, an emergency if somebody gets sick. That's what's there. Okay, so the only thing left that I have in here is this bag that I just pulled out, and that's it. There's nothing there in that back compartment anymore. This is a gallon-sized Ziploc bag of other Ziploc bags in here. So, excuse me, I have various sizes of Ziploc bags. I mean, I have like little snack bag size things, like vertical snack bag size, and then horizontal snack bag sizes. I've got like regular sandwich bag size, whoops. And then I've got some quart size bags in here. See? And then some with the quart, but the slider tops. And then I have another like 1 or 2 gallon size bags. Why do you have so many Ziploc bags? Well, you know, if we're on a road trip, or even if it's not a road trip, it's just a 1 or 2 hour trip somewhere close by, and if I bring snacks or something, or I don't know, I just feel like, you know, it's easy to sort of have something there if I need to divvy up something or if I need to separate something. I have clean Ziploc bags that I can use. I also have this, you know, I'm not sure if I really need to keep this in here anymore, but this is one of those huge, gigantic, extra large, I don't know if you can see that, extra large Ziploc bags. I mean, it's actually the Ziploc brand. I don't know if you can see that, but it's extra large. And I've actually seen people use these to like hold like soccer balls, footballs. It's gigantic, and it's gusseted at the bottom, so you literally can put gear in there. You can put like sports gear and stuff in there, you know, dirty, muddy gear, shoes. You can stick them in here and it's not going to get all over the back, you know, the trunk or the back part of your car. So this is brand new. We haven't used it yet. So, but I do carry this in case, I don't know, if somebody's on the soccer field and it's just blah, it's just dirty and nasty. I have something that I can just throw their muddy, dirty balls and shoes and gear in if I needed to. So that, and you know, why do you put the Ziploc bags in the Ziploc bag? Well, why would I put it in something else, right? Just put it in here so that you actually have another bag that you can use if you needed them. So, you know, so these are like the baggies that I have in there. So that's all that was in there. It was like the paper towel, 2 tissue boxes, and these 2 little things of like bags. And that was in that back section. Then in this section here, I have a little first aid kit that I got off of Amazon. I'm not going to go through this because it's really not like, I hadn't intended for this to be like a what's in my bag or anything, but I'll just pull it out quickly. This is brand new. I have never used it. Thankfully, I didn't have any need to use it, but this is what, it comes with a multitude of items, all kinds of things. And so I've just kept it. It's just a basic first aid kit. Again, I got it off of Amazon, and I'll try to put a link below to all the things that I can, you know, that I got off of Amazon or elsewhere that I can find, and I'll put the link below. But I also in the front zipper here, whoops, right there, I always keep kind of what the guide is, the care guide, and it sort of lists all the items that come with the first aid kit. So that was sort of sitting on this very top section here. And keeping in with the theme of first aid, I have like 2 boxes of Band-Aids. So here's like a proof Band-Aid, like regular size strip. And then I have these big extra large ones because inevitably somebody's falling on the field and scraping their knee or their elbow pretty badly, and so we need some of these larger ones. And so I always have these on hand in this car storage box. And then I have a little baggie. If you've seen any of my what's in my bag, like my purse videos, you'll see I am all about alcohol wipes. So I always have them with me in my purse, but I also have just a few in here as well. So I just have a little Ziploc bag of alcohol wipes. I have the really small, tiny ones, and then I have like the larger prep pads. So this, you know, it's good for disinfecting stuff, but then it's also, of course, first aid. You know, you need to clean a wound or something. It's good to have these with you. So again, you know, I could use pouches. I have various size pouches that I could use, but I thought to myself, you know, I'll just store what I need in Ziploc bags, because then that provides me with an extra bag. If I really needed a Ziploc bag, ran out, which I doubt I would, because you saw I have a whole baggie of Ziploc bags, but if I, for whatever reason, ran out and I needed another bag, I can just dump these out and here, you know, I have another bag. So that's sort of my rhyme and reason to why I have everything in like other Ziploc bags. So that's alcohol wipes. And then I have this whole big thing of baby wipes. These are the Costco brand. They're like the fragrance-free baby wipes. And this is just good for, you know, just when you need to just have something to clean yourself up and you don't have a good, like you don't have a sink, you don't have a good source of water and soap or something like that. You've got dirt all over you, whatever it is, you're about to sit down and eat or whatever the case may be, and you just need to have something to clean yourself up. I always have these on hand so that we can, you know, freshen up and clean ourselves up if we need to. I'll tell you a weird story. We were at the beach one summer and it was so humid and so sticky, and it was just blah. And we were outdoors and we were just like, we were sweating, and it was just, you just felt just yucky. It was so humid. And I remember I had these in the car, not in this nifty storage box, because I didn't have the storage box at the time. But we grabbed one of these, you know, for everybody, and we just sort of wiped our face and wiped our necks and stuff, and it was just unbelievably refreshing, actually. And I don't like scents and stuff, so I just always get the fragrance free. So it's just like having like a source of, I think these are like water-based, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's just having something to sort of freshen up. So anyway, this is brand new. I haven't opened them, but I always keep that in here as well. And then, goodness forbid, if we're on the road and somebody, you know, needs to go to the bathroom, and we're not talking just a real quick pit stop, because you have to, you know, you have to pee, right? You have to do like number 2 or whatever. And I am a germaphobe. I'm sorry. I mean, if you've watched my channel before, I'm sure you know I am a germaphobe. I have alcohol wipes out, you know, the yin yang. I just have alcohol wipes all over in my purse. I've got hand sanitizer, you name it. So I don't like germs. I don't ever put my purse on the floor. I have issues with germs. But then again, who doesn't? I mean, who wants to just sit on a nasty toilet? But anyhow, you got to stop for, you know, a bio break, and somebody has to use a public restroom, because when you got to go, you got to go. So all that to lead up to this bag has these toilet covers, toilet seat covers. So some, you know, most of the public places, well, I won't say most, some public places will have, I think they're like hanging on the wall. They'll have those like paper toilet covers, you know, you just pull them out. but some places don't. So I will always keep these in my car somewhere in my trunk. But these are like disposable paper toilet seat covers. Can you see that? Got them off of Amazon. So in case you go to a public restroom and there are no toilet seat covers, I have them. So, and these are the flushable ones. So they'll just, you know, when you're done, you just flush them down. Then I also have these, excuse me, these are not flushable, but they cover a wider area. So what I mean by that is, if you look at this picture, that just sort of covers kind of where you're sitting, right? On the top. This one covers on the top, and then it also overhangs down here. So your thighs or none of that is hitting anything. And I think this was more like when they were much younger, they probably would need these. But nonetheless, you know, I still keep them in here. Anyway, the long and short of it is I have toilet seat covers so nobody's like having to sit on the nasty public, germy, gross, nasty public bathroom toilets. So that is what is in this entire bag here. And this just sort of sits in here. And you know, it kind of just, I mean, they're brand new, you know, they're individually packaged, except for these ones right here is a packet of like 10 in each of these packets, and I have several sitting in here. But yeah, I'll just, you know, if we need to, I'll just pull a couple out and hand it to whomever, and then off they go. So that's what's in there. And then this is, these are trash bags that go in the little, there's a little trash can that I purchased for the back of the car, the back seat area. There's a little trash can. And so these are just the trash bags that go in there. And so I always have like an extra thing of those. And this just sort of sits down flat in the trash can. And so you just pull them up as you need them. But I always have like an extra pack of that. And that's what's stuck on the side here. That's that. And then finally, if you can see, there was nothing back here. And then that's all it there. And then the last thing that's in this section, it's all empty, are just a bunch of like the red Solo cups. So, you know, if somebody needs to get a drink, we need to split a drink, whatever, we have that. And you know, I hate to say it, but if we're in a situation where we cannot pull over, and somebody just needs to, you know, I don't know, they just need to pee, probably shouldn't say this on YouTube, but in a dire emergency situation, you know, if we need to, you know, you're stuck in traffic, you're sitting there, nobody's moving, you can't get to a rest area. I don't know. Think of you know, scenarios where, hey, if you have an emergency, these may or may not come in handy. But that's usually what we have in here, is to use them for, you know, if we need to split a drink or something like that. Okay, so that's those two sections. Then you have this one big, huge section here, and then the first thing I'll pull out here, which is actually kind of heavy, is this little, yeah, this little item here. It's not little, but let's see if I can pull it. This is a, what do we call these things? Like a car battery backup thingamajig. I don't know. This one I got from my husband. It was off of Amazon. It's a Tack Life, I think is what it's called. But it's essentially, it's one of those things where, I don't want to mess it up because, yeah, I guess I should, yeah, no, I think it's fine, but that's what it looks like. I'll link all of this below, but essentially what this is if you need a jump, your battery's dead, you need a jump, this should supply just enough to kind of get you, you know, like a jump start, so you can get going again. And this also serves as like an extra power source for, you know, let's say you're stuck in the car and I don't know, you had to turn your car off. I don't know, you know, again, think of scenarios where you can't have your car running, but you need some power source to power up and charge your phones in an emergency or something like that. This will supply that extra power source to you as well. And so once you like fully charge it, I think it's good for, they tell you it's pretty good for like 6 months or so. And then, well, they tell you, I think they say every 6 months you're supposed to just check and make sure that it's still fully charged. Bring it in and charge it if you need to, and then it goes back in the car. And we, I got, you know, we've had situations where we didn't have this and we needed this because our battery died. This was years ago. And, you know, after that happened was when I realized, oh, it would be good to have one of these in the car. So that's why I purchased this for my husband, and that stays in the car. Okay, and then on this side, I have an umbrella. It's just a totes, small, compact, foldable umbrella. So we have that in there. And then I have 4 small bottles of water, okay, because we're a family of 4. And I mean, in the past I've kept the larger ones, I think like the 16 ounce or something like that, but I don't know, this is what we had in you know, in the fridge these days. So this is just, I just grabbed 4 and put it in here, because again, you know, if you're on the road and somebody's thirsty and whatever reason you can't stop by, at least you have something to keep yourself hydrated until you can get to somewhere where you can purchase more water or something to drink. I have some paper plates. Again, these are just from Costco. So if we needed paper plates to eat, we have some there. And then this other baggie is some paper bowls, some napkins in the back. I mean, we bought these for, like you can see, 2021 to ring in the new year, and I had a whole bunch left over, so I'm just gonna put them in here and use them. I'm not gonna throw them out. And then some plastic silverware that are like prepackaged, you know, when you go to restaurants or somewhere. And so I have those in here. So these are just like, you know, things to, like, if you need to eat and you're on the road and whatever reason you need utensils and stuff, you have them. And then the last bag, is, oh yeah, I forgot all about this. So I usually carry masks and gloves and alcohol wipes and the like in my purse, but I also want to have a bag of those same types of items in here for, like, just in case in, like, emergency situation. So that's what this bag is. Because, you know, let's say the boys and their dad go somewhere, and I mean, I'm not with them. I'm not going to have extra masks and gloves and, you know, what have you, because I'm not there. They're not going to have my purse to go into to get that stuff. So, you know, there's always something in the car that, goodness forbid, somebody forgot their mask. They know they can go to the storage box and at least there's some kind of an emergency supply in there. So we have just some kids size KN95 masks. We have some adult size, you know, individually packaged KN95 masks. We have some like regular, like 3-ply, like the kind that's like the surgical mask kind of looking masks as well for adults. And then in here I have also a baggie of, like, gloves, because you never know when you might need gloves. I mean, again, goodness forbid you're in a car accident or another emergency situation where you either have to help yourself, your family, or even others. And you certainly don't want to be touching, you know, blood or bodily fluids or anything like that, or even hazardous materials, you know. So if you're in a situation where you might have to, I don't know what, but if you need gloves when you're on the road, I just have a stash of that here so that, you know, you can help others and yourself and still also keep yourself safe. So that's what's in this bag. And like I said, if you see my what's in my purse, all of these usually go in like a pouch. But like I said, I always keep things for the car. I like to keep in extra bags so that I can use these extra bags if I need to. So that's pretty much it for the inside, completely empty. In the front of this Costco one, there are no pockets, But on the side, on the one side here, there's no pocket. But on this one side here, there's a big, you see that? There's a big pocket here, and it's Velcro. So in here, I have a, some rope, right? So if we need to tow something, if we need to tie something down to the roof, or whatever it is, we have some rope that we can use. And then I think that's pretty much it, other than this one other item. Yeah, that's it. Whoops, there you go. Okay, and this item here is just a flashlight. This is it's from Amazon. It's called Gear Light. These are really nice. My husband got some for Christmas one year, and then I got one for each of our cars to keep in the car. But this is just it's like I want to say it's like a military grade or type of a light. I'm not gonna turn it on and shine it, but it's really bright. I don't know, maybe there. It's really bright. Can you see that? Actually, I can do this. Yeah, so then you can kind of see what that looks like. But yeah, it's really bright, and it's so small and compact, but yet it just really packs a punch. And then in an emergency, let me try to show you. Can you see that? It's flashing. In an emergency, you see how you can change the different flash modes? Yeah, I'll let it run so you can see. But yeah, so like in an emergency, you can use this to signal. If you're pulled over, you can use this flashlight to help signal people that you're pulled over, or you signal for help, or whatever it is. Okay, so we have one for each car, and that's what's in, and I've just put it back in its case here. And this is really cool too, by the way. Like if you go hiking or if you go somewhere, there's a little, like a loop here. You can use like a carabiner or something to clip it to your belt. But this and the rope were the only two things that was in was sitting in this this little side pocket here. Okay, and then finally in the very back, I showed you a little earlier. There's like 4 net pockets, 2, 3, and then 4. And in here I have just 2 scissors, a smaller one. These are like just left over from like the kids' school before. And then this set, which I got off of Amazon. I think I got it like set of 3 or 4 different colors, or maybe 6, I don't remember. But yeah, so I keep these in here, you know, if we need to cut something, I don't know. And now that I think about it, I'm trying to remember where I thought I had something in here that was an emergency. Where did it go? I'll have to look for it. Sorry, but what I'm looking for is this bag where I have like an emergency. Oh, here it is. That's why. Yeah. So in this bag, I forgot. So in this bag that has the rope, I have this emergency tool. I have a red pen. But then here I have this emergency tool that's like a, you know, if you're in a car accident or something like that and you need to break the glass, because for whatever reason, these like the glass, the windows, it's really hard to break. And so in an emergency situation, you got to get out of the car, you know, you just got an accident or whatever, and you can't, this right here, this little tool will just break the glass. And then on the other end of it, there's, I don't know if you can see that, it's in this plastic bag. There's like a razor or something, like it's a seatbelt cutter. So if you know, find yourself in a car accident, you're stuck, you can use this to cut somebody's seatbelt off. Now, this is the extra one that I have back here. I have a heavy duty one. This one's a free one that came with the purchase of the other heavy duty one, the one that I have in the front seat. It's right on the front. You know how in the front of the door there's, you know, those little side pockets or whatever. I have the one that I usually the one that I would use in an emergency situation, what I'm trying to say, is not in the trunk. It is literally sitting in the front. So I have one in the back. So, you know, if somebody needed to get to it, they know, go in here and get this one. And then the one in the front is, of course, for the 2 passengers in the front. So we always have one of these tools somewhere in the car. So that's what I was like, I couldn't remember where it was. Okay, so that's what was in this bag. Okay, so that's it. And so the thing is, this is collapsible. This is pretty big. I'll try to find the measurements. But this is kind of big. I mean, big as in, I mean, there's a lot of storage room depending on the size of your car. This could be fine, but if you have a smaller car and this is just too big for you, you can actually collapse this and make it half the size. Do you see that little crease right there? You can actually make it half the size. That's what these buckles are for. Okay, because you can just sort of collapse it and then buckle them together. And so I will actually show you what I mean using a different box. I'm gonna put this down. That was the one I just showed you was from Costco. What I'm about to show you is the one that I got for our other car. And I got this one from Amazon, but it functions very similarly. And so what I mean by you can collapse it is this. This is from Amazon. I'll link this below as well. This is called Fortum. I don't know. See? A little bit different in terms of pockets and stuff, but again, the functionality is almost exactly the same. This one's a little bit smaller, just generally a little bit smaller. But what I mean by you can collapse it is, you see the little buckle there? I folded it together. If I wanted just a small box like this, can you see the size there? You can fold it down and then you buckle it together right here, and then it collapses down. Now I'm gonna expand it on the other side as well. Okay, can't do it with my left hand, but when you do that, see, you expand it to something bigger. See, now this size is just generally smaller than the other one, but again, that bigger one from Costco has the exact same functionality where if you didn't want that full length, you can collapse part of it and you'll have a smaller storage box, and you still have storage, it's just smaller. So I like that where it's sort of customizable to an extent. But like I said, it's super simple. So, I mean, if you wanted to just fold it in, I mean, if you didn't want this fully expanded and you only needed a little bit of storage, so what you would do is just fold it in and then just clip it together like that, and do the same thing on the other side here. See? Oh, I can't see. Like that, and then there you go. There you have it. You have one small box. Okay. What I'm going to do is actually expand this because that's how I want to use it. And to show you kind of this one, because I'll put the link to this one down below. But this is what it looks like. This is sort of sewn on, this divider here already. So you have two kind of large areas here. And then it comes with a, this piece right here, which is going to be at the bottom to provide support. And so it comes folded, and you just have to unfold it like this, okay? And then you would sort of slip this underneath. I don't know if you can see that. I can stick, let me show you this first. I can stick my hand right under here. See that? So what you would do is you would put this in, and then you would kind of like loop it under. Let me show you. See how, I don't know if you can see how I just pulled that through. Oops. Let me show you. Hold on. So you see how I just pulled that through a little bit here? And then here's the other side of it. And so you just let it sort of lay flat down like that. And that gives you a harder, like sort of, that gives you the support at the bottom. It straightens it out so it's not folding in on itself. See? So, yeah. And then, even though this box is smaller than the big box from Costco, it also does have an extra divider. So you can divide these two sections here into similar configuration as the one that I just showed you from Costco. So there's a divider that has like Velcro, and then you would essentially do the same thing. Excuse me, if you can see there's like Velcro here and here. So you would just take the Velcro and just Velcro it on like so. I'll try to do that real quick. Show you. There. And so I just Velcroed this divider in. Excuse me. And so now you have 3 sections, very similar to the configuration of that larger one. Okay. And then over here, this one, the handles are not like the aluminum or whatever. They're just like, I don't even know what this is. Like webbing? Anyway, they're just very lightweight. They're like webbing, very sturdy still. On this side, you know how the bigger one had like that one big pocket where I have the rope and what have you? This one doesn't have one big pocket, but it does have like pockets on the side. It has 2 Velcro pockets here. See? And so that's where I would, similar to the one from Costco, I would put like the flashlight and stuff like in here. So I can just show you the flashlight would just go real easy in there like that. Okay, so this one from Amazon has 2 pockets on the side. On this side, there's 1 Velcro pocket that doesn't have a top. It just Velcros down like that. There's just like a little tab that sort of keeps it from moving, but there's no, see, I can just stick my hand right through there. So this one has pockets on both sides, and then this one actually has those netting pockets similar to the large one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as a bonus, it actually has it on both of the longer sides. So here's another 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this one actually came with this little rag. It's like a I don't think it's really a microfiber rag. It sort of feels like microfiber, but I don't know. It's just a rag that came with the purchase. So I just stick it down in one of these pockets here. Okay, and then over here, what is this? Oh yeah, I have this. It comes with these like straps where you can kind of hook onto. Can you see that? You can use these to, okay, let me try to show you. See at the bottom here, there's this little like almost like a D-ring. I don't know if you can see that right there. You can use these to hook onto that and then hook onto the trunk, like the back of your trunk. There's like, I think these little metal hooks. And then you can hook it on and keep this from, you know, shuffling about and moving about in your trunk. So that's what that's for. And so I just keep these in here, and you know, in case I need it. And then I think this is let me see what this is. Oh, this is the actual, like, this is the trunk organizer, like, pamphlet thing that comes with it. Yeah. So that, I just keep this in here because I want to keep it all together. So that's that. And then the last thing I'll show you about this one is it has a similar feature with the top. So now you can use this and leave this just open like this as storage in the back of your vehicle. Or similar to the other one, it comes with a Velcro top. So if you wanted it to have a top, there's Velcro along here. There's Velcro along the back. You see that? That little darker strip. So all you have to do is, you know, there's Velcro here. So you would just lay it on top and then Velcro it down like so. And then now you have a flip top where you can just kind of cover stuff up. And it's super lightweight, but yet very sturdy. And it's just as heavy as you know, it's as heavy as the stuff that you put in it. But, you know, it's just really versatile, and you can carry like the basic essential items, emergency type items. And you know, I haven't loaded this up yet because I wanted to air it out before I put it in my car. It doesn't smell bad. It just has that you know, that new vinyl smell, that new material smell, which really doesn't bother me, but I'm just one of those people, it doesn't bother me when it's like, when you have a lot of space and you can air things out. But if you're putting this in the car and it's a closed space and you just immediately put it in there, my thought is that when I open the door, my entire car will smell like this. So I just wanted to air it out a bit. Did the same thing with the Costco one. I aired it out for some time before I actually, you know, put stuff in and then loaded it into the car. So anyhow, that was the video about like sort of the like car organization, car storage, what do I use, and what are the essential things, or you know, that I consider essential to have in the car. So I hope that you found this helpful and useful. And again, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, just, you know, send me an email. I'll leave that information in the description box, or drop a comment, and I'll try to answer any questions that you have. If something that you wanted more information on, or I'll try to link all the stuff that I showed today. But if I don't, and there's something that you want to ask me about, feel free to reach out. All right. Thank you for watching, and take care, and I'll see you in a future video. Thanks. Bye.